Hello, theater history friends. This is my little mini lecture to go along with you reading Acts 1 and 2 of The Cherry Orchard. So, you've read these acts. What did you notice? Let's talk about some of these people and what's going on. Make sure you're tracking the action and ideas so far in the play. And then we'll catch up on the rest of the play later in the week. Okay, I put some of the names here for you. So, this estate that we're on, where there is a cherry orchard, is owned by Lyubov Andreevna, who's also called Madame Renevskaya. I don't have to talk about what these names all mean because you already did a lecture on that. Her brother is Gaev, right? Now, Lyubov has just come back from where? Right, Paris. Who is she with? Yeah, she was with her daughter, Anya, and this woman, Carlotta, came back with her. But who else was she with? Yeah, some boyfriend that we don't really hear too much about. We get little hints. He sends a couple of telegrams and she tears them up. So there's something going on with a guy who she was with in Paris. And we hear a lot about money related to her. As you can tell, she is not really great with money, right? She ran out of money. She gave money to this guy. She doesn't have enough money for whatever it's going to take to save the estate and the cherry orchard. But she gives money to a beggar when he comes by. She also plans to throw a party. So she's just not good with money. Honestly, she's not good with responsibility. All right, so she's just come back from Paris. Everybody makes a big fuss about her. On this little list of characters, I've grouped them sort of. At the top are people who are sort of more on the in the family, and at the very bottom are people who are more like workers associated with the family. In the middle, I put Yermolay Alexeyevich Lopakin, we just call him Lopakin. He's sort of in between these two worlds. And at the bottom of that top list of characters, I put her daughter, in quotation marks, Varya, because she's called an adopted daughter. Don't think of that as real adoption like we know of it today, where somebody who isn't born biologically into the family is made a part of the family and it's seamless. This instead is a kind of like, yeah, you're sort of like my daughter. That's it, all right? Don't make this more like modern adoption. Varya gets sort of the privilege of being close to the family, but she's not getting the privilege of getting to go to Paris like Anya did, right? She's been stuck back at the estate. Okay, so down at the bottom of the list, we have these servant type characters. As I said, Furs, who's the old guy, Dunyasha, who's a maid, and then there's this guy, Yepikodov, who likes her, and he's kind of a mess. We have Trofimov, right, Pyotr Trofimov, or Petya Trofimov. He's the guy who was the tutor. And then Carlotta, who was like a governess traveling with Anya when they were in Paris. Are you following me? You read the play already, so this should be okay. Anya is only 17. So that's why there's a governess with her. Varya is in her mid-20s, the adopted daughter. She's in her mid-20s. She's been back taking care of the estate while Varya and Lyubov are off gallivanting around Paris. Everybody else is back taking care of the estate. But now Lyubov has come back and all these people make a big fuss about her because to them, she's a really big deal. We as an audience, okay, are meant to get very frustrated by this. If you felt frustrated, you're doing this right. We are meant to be frustrated. We're meant to think, why are you guys so interested in Lyubov Andreevna? She's not taking care of any of you. She is not as thoughtful about you as you are of her. Why does she get all this nice treatment? She's a real pain. She's squandering money. She's making everybody's future uncertain. Why does she get all of this privilege? You should be frustrated by her. That's not a flaw of the play when you roll your eyes at her or get annoyed. That's intentional, okay? Lopakin is sort of like our character in the play who's also frustrated, okay? So Lopakin is interesting because he was born into a class of people like Furs, but now he has independently made wealth for himself so that he has the kind of money that somebody like Lyubov Andreevna's family would have if she didn't spend all her money on a boyfriend in Paris. He has money and no status. She has status and no money. Somebody like Dunyasha or Yepikodov has no money and no status. And this play is super interested in status and money. So What are we going to do? Somebody is going to come and take the estate because we can't pay for it. Lopakin, that was me being Lyubov Andreevna. Lopakin says, I have a plan. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to rent things out in the summer. We'll make money. Nobody has to sell the estate. Every time in Acts 1 and 2 when he says this, what does Lyubov do? Right, she doesn't pay any attention to him. If you look in Act 2, when they're sitting outside and talking about everything under the sun, Lopakin says, I'm speaking to you, I'm telling you, your estate is about to be sold. This is around line 149. And you simply don't understand. And Lyubov says, but what on earth are we to do? Tell us what to do. And he tells her exactly what to do. And as soon as he tells her this whole plan, she says, ugh, it sounds so vulgar. Summer homes, summer people, it sounds so vulgar. She will not do the actual practical plans that it would take to save this place. She would like to whine about it. He would like to fix it. That makes us as an audience get annoyed and frustrated. It makes us laugh, not because they're telling jokes, but because these people are ridiculous. Think about all the ridiculous things that happen in Act 1 and Act 2. Think about how they talk to inanimate objects. Think about the silly things they discuss. This business in the play is not annoying to you or making your eyes roll because you're so much more sophisticated than the people who Chekhov was writing for. No, you are meant to roll your eyes. You are meant to be frustrated. That's how this play works, right? So think about those things we said last time. The play is about the gulf between desire and fulfillment. It's about boredom and monotony. It's about the attention not being on the events of the plot, but on their psychological responses. This is a play like a melodrama. It's not a melodrama, but like a melodrama where the big question is, how will we save the estate? That was the whole plot of the Octoroon, right? How will we save the estate? But instead of it being a play where we see a big scene of them auctioning it off or where we see people fight over this, instead we see people having psychological responses of denial and avoidance, right? That's what makes The Cherry Orchard different than a melodrama. That's all I'm going to say right now. Keep reading the play. I'll talk to you after you're done.